Good evening to all the guys, gals, and non binary pals. And yes, I plagiarized that from Owen Morgan's YouTube stations. But it's a great saying. It's a great way to incorporate everybody because everybody is welcome. But you should check out Owen's stuff. He's really good. I'd have to start tonight by congratulating Taylor Swift on becoming the Time Person of the Year. And I'm saying that because she absolutely deserved it. I mean, like, look, she went on tour and made like $4 billion. Then she made a movie about her tour, helped bring back the movie theaters. And her songs are awesome, I think. And, like, the main reason is, although I have 31 subscribers right now, I have no doubt that if I were to say anything negative, which would be completely false, because there's nothing negative to say about Taylor, if I were to say anything negative, I would have 100,000 Swifties at my door within 15 minutes of posting it. And I kind of don't want people to know where I am right now. So they would find me. And I have 31 subscribers. It would get out. But that's not the reason. It's because she deserves it. Just a little, if anyone's curious, who came in second place to be Time Person of the Year? That would be Barbie. Barbie came in second place. Okay. Barbie's not real, but okay. Third place was the Trump prosecutors. Fourth place was King Charles. Fifth place was the Hollywood Strikers. Sixth place was Sam Altman. Great. Seventh place was Vladimir Putin. Eighth place was Xi Jinping. And ninth place was Jerome Powell. So there is the rundown. But Taylor deserved it. So, Swifties, I unite with you. Like and subscribe because this is a pro-Taylor network. Okay, so I want to talk about two things. I want to talk about how I'm doing with my attitude in life, and then I just want to dip a little into politics tonight and then call it a night. So I'm really trying to do this, just be positive. No matter what, be positive. If I get news I don't want to hear, which I did at the bank early in the morning, where I typically would probably get upset at the tellers and get nothing accomplished. No, fine. I understand. The rules are the rules. Cool. Boom. Felt better. When I checked into where I'm staying right now, there was a little hiccup at one point. No problem. Got worked out. Cool. Better. And just, no matter what, I want to bring people laughter and make them smile. And almost to the extent of obnoxiousness. But that's cool too. Because then I can just be that guy, that weird obnoxious guy. And you'll go home and laugh at my expense with your friends. Win-win. Another example is I am staying at a hotel right now. I don't think that's a secret. But there was an argument going on that didn't involve me. First between a older gentleman and the manager. And it was just about, charges and stuff. But I was just sort of doing a play-by-play to the new employee who, was this cute, probably like 20-year-old girl. No, I wasn't hitting on her. I was just making her laugh about it because she seemed a little nervous. And then a more intense situation happened in the lobby where someone who was obviously staying at the hotel for sex work, which I have nothing against, was acting completely inappropriately, which has nothing to do with the sex work. has to do with how she was behaving and talking to the employees at the hotel. It was just disgusting, the stuff she was saying. And the hotel was in the right. I analyzed the situation, but she was just screaming at them, cursing at them, using the N-word. She was black, and I don't know what the rules are with that word. I know my rule is I don't say it. Boom, easy. I don't. It's just not a word that you will see come out of my mouth, because no hate here. And you could see that the younger employee was a little shuck up. So, I just went up and joked around, and I said, "Oh, there's so much TV here without a TV," and just, calmed her down and put a smile on her face. No, I didn't give her my phone number or anything like that. Calm down, everybody. I just wanted to turn a frown into a smile, and I think I was successful with that with at least one person today. And then there was another situation involving people I really, really care about where I was in the wrong, but I usually don't admit that right away. I usually, argue a point to oblivion, and then we'll say, "Oh, yeah, sorry. No, not a problem. I was wrong. I apologize," and accept it, boom, move on. Smile. However, it's really difficult to start this new positivity on the night of a Republican primary debate. Not the best choice of timing on my part. But I've done this once before, and it worked out really well. I went to Sitges, Spain for a wedding and had the best time. Made new friends, and I knew most of them I probably wouldn't see again because they were from all over the world. And it was just incredible. And then I came back to the U.S. I remember flying over New York, right about to land in JFK, just realizing, life starts again. And just feeling this depression come over me. And I knew the only way I could not have it really turn into something deeper was just to be abundantly, obnoxiously positive. And I did. And people commented on it. And I think it worked out really well. And you know what? It's all good. I wish I kept it. Maybe some things would have been different in this game we call life, but you know what? Everything in my life has happened for a reason. And I'm grateful for that. What I'm not grateful for is CNN last night and the news coverage. I'm a CNN watcher. I it's my go-to station. Sorry if that's controversial. But not last night. When they took 3 non-stories, and there's so much going on in this world to talk about, and they just were talked about these 3 things I'm going to bring up. First was that Joe Biden said the quiet part out loud, was that he probably wouldn't run if Trump wasn't running. Duh. Wasn't aware that was the quiet part. I thought that was the obvious no-brainer part. But they spent 10 minutes on that. Okay. I just assumed everyone knew that. Waste of airtime. The next was they were showing Hannity did a town hall with Trump the day before, I believe, where Hannity asked him, "Will you abuse your power?" Or something to that effect. And then, in a very Trumpian way, he's like, "Only on the first day, cut." Okay. First off, I think Trump's a fascist. I think if he gets reelected, we're in a very, very bad position. But that's a Trump comment. Like, that's just something Trump says. And to put so much emphasis on that, and they use saying the quiet part out loud. Wasn't aware that was the quiet part. Just wasn't. And it was dishonest media. Because right afterwards, he said it in the context of building a border wall, which I'm against, and drilling, which I'm against. But that was the context in which he was saying he would abuse his power. The fact that we even have to ask presidential candidates who were former presidents, are you going to abuse your power if elected, is asinine in my opinion. But what did you expect Trump to say? Like that, it was a canned Trumpian answer that they spent another 15 minutes on. Then they wanted to talk about the Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, who is the most Christian person I've ever seen. But, I mean, wow, is this guy a Christian? If Pat Robertson were still alive today, he'd be like, you can tone it down with the religious stuff. If Jerry Falwell were still alive, he'd probably be a little surprised at him. And by Jerry Falwell, I don't mean Jerry Falwell Jr., who paid the pool boy to have sex with his wife in front of him. I mean Jerry Falwell Sr., who allegedly lost his virginity to his mother in the back of an outhouse. Okay, that didn't really happen, but Larry Flint said it happened, and it went to the Supreme Court. See The People versus Larry Flint. It's a funny movie. But Jerry Falwell, Pat Robertson were like awful people. Blamed 9/11 on the gay community and abortions and just the most awful stuff. And Mike Johnson's right there with them. But it's a different day. Can't be that's the quiet part now. That's the stuff you're not supposed to say out loud. But they're going to find bodies in this guy's basement. And by bodies, I mean, literal bodies. Because nobody is this fanatical without some skeletons. Nobody. Anyone who shares an app with his son to track their pornography intake to make sure it's at acceptable levels is hiding something, because he's trying to show that he's not hiding something, other than that being really creepy. I would, imagine sharing your porn intake with your dad, and my dad would figure out how to do it. Technology is his thing, but no, it's just, so there's going to be a big scandal with this guy. He's going to make the Jerry Falwell Jr. pool boy watching his wife have sex with stuff. Nothing. I just don't know what it is yet. But it's going to be amazing when we find out. Just a reminder, congratulations, Taylor Swift, on becoming Times Person of the Year. Couldn't think of someone more deserving. You are a hero to every single human being. Okay, but I do want to talk about something that Biden's doing that I'm not happy with, and the DNC. So let me pull this up. States that will not be having a Democratic primary. Okay. So I believe that Joe Biden is the most powerful individual to win the election in 2024. He brings the incumbency advantage. You don't exceed that. Like, whatever the polls say, whatever his popularity is, the incumbency advantage is very, very hard to beat. And yes, his numbers are in the toilet, but it's just, that's something that's very hard, again, to work around. Keep in mind, the 3 presidents before Trump, they all served 8 years. And then you had, George H.W. with his 1 term. But before that, you had Reagan, 2 terms. And then you had, the Carter, Nixon, Ford stuff that make it a little more confusing. But incumbency, like what? Like 90% of Congress won re-election last time? So Joe Biden is the strongest candidate. However, I am not happy with the DNC canceling primaries. And I'll tell you why. There are 3 other individuals who, 2 of them have without a doubt met the requirements to be on the primary ballot as set by the rules of the DNC. One of them, and I'm talking about Marianne Williamson, Doug Phillips, those are the 2, guaranteed. I mean, they did what they had to do. They got the signatures and everything. They should be on the ballot. The third is Cenk Uygur, who is a naturalized American citizen. He hosts the Young Turks. He created the Young Turks, and they have millions of subscribers, as opposed to my 31. I know you want to be 32. But the Supreme Court said a while ago that, and let me get the case, with second-class citizens cannot be treated any differently. Okay. Let me. Okay, the Supreme Court said in the case. Hold on. I just told you to hold on. I should have been more prepared. Naturalized citizens are no different. Are to be treated no different. Okay. No different. Okay. So. Okay, I'm vastly unprepared and I feel really dumb. But there was a Supreme Court case a while back which said specifically that naturalized United States citizens are not to be treated any differently than naturally born citizens of the United States. However, the Constitution says that only citizens born in America can run for president. Well, that makes for a ranking. So now we have Supreme Court decision not having to do with elections versus Constitution. So did they get it wrong, or did they override that part of the Constitution? It's questionable. But that is... So Cenk Uygur met every other requirement other than the fact that he wasn't born on the soil of the United States. He was born in Turkey. But he's been a citizen here for a very, very long time and has gone through all the necessary things. So those 3 should be on the ballot. It's those 2, maybe 3. I'm still undecided on that issue I just talked about. should be on the ballot. And the fact that they're not is going to make it the argument against Trump that he puts democracy at stake, which he definitely does. It's going to be a harder argument to make because you're denying people the right to vote for whoever, for their candidate of choice, even if it is Joe Biden. If there's no actual primary, you don't even get to vote for Joe Biden. So why do those delegates automatically go to Biden? He didn't get one vote in those states, and I think so far Florida's on the list, Arizona's on the list, South Carolina's on the list, and Arkansas is on that list. Why do all those delegates go to Biden? And I'm just trying to be fair here. I'm a Biden guy. I like Joe. And I think he's strong, and I think he's in the best position to beat Trump. But that's one opinion. And also, if you had Democratic primary debates, you'd be getting the Democratic message out more, free airtime. So I don't like it. I don't like it. If someone wants to challenge an incumbent, they have every right to do so. They don't win, but I think it's denial of American liberties and freedom to vote for who you want, because if there's no election, you can't vote for who you want. Even if who you want is who would be winning anyway by a lot. So it's just an issue I have. So I really think the DNC is not playing this one that well. Everyone's talking about, Biden should step down for Gavin Newsom or something like that. No, I have no issue with Biden running. I think he's strong. My issue is he's not running in the primary in certain states because they're not having one, which I can't agree with. I just can't. So, did I remind you that Taylor Swift is Time Person of the Year? So, the most deserving person ever. So, that's all I really got. It's the holiday season. I will be making an appearance and maybe, recording some videos at a work event on Friday, which I haven't seen some of these people in years. Actually, everyone there I haven't seen in years who will be there. So I'm really excited about it. So that's all I really got for tonight. Try the positivity thing. Try to make a stranger smile tomorrow. That should be your goal. Make a stranger smile. If everyone who watches this, which would be 31 people, potentially, unless I said something bad about Taylor Swift, which would be a complete lie, made someone else smile, maybe we can get the ball rolling on bringing back some positivity. Hey, 31 subscribers. I know you want to be 32. I love Taylor. So that's what I got. I did have to endure the Republican primary debate tonight. So I brought down the positivity a little bit. But public figures, I feel I can carve out an exception for. The really positive Ian is for my personal life, not public figures. And not at least two of those public figures. But I'm not going to say their names. See, that's a start. Either way, I love you. Yeah, I'm going to be that guy who says I love you even if I don't know you. And I used to always say, I'm not the type of guy who says I love you to everybody. I think I said that like 2 days ago. Well, reverse course, now I am. So I love you. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a wonderful day, which will be quite long because if you're in the same time zone as I am, it will be. Oh, I'm not going to say so. I'm not going to reveal what time coast I'm in. Okay. Have a wonderful night. And once again, congratulations, Taylor.